The sun was shining, birds were singing. It was a perfect day for a hike. Our hiker, let's call him Mark, was excited. He had been looking forward to this trip for weeks. He parked his car, grabbed his backpack and smiled. "This is going to be awesome," he thought. The trail was easy to follow at first. Mark enjoyed the fresh air and the smell of pine trees. He took pictures of the amazing views. He felt happy and free. As he went deeper into the woods, he realized he had made a mistake. He had left the trail to get a better view, and now he couldn't find his way back. He checked his map, but it was useless. He was lost. Fear started to creep in. Mark's heart pounded in his chest. He called out for help, but only the echo of his own voice answered him. The sun started to set, casting long shadows across the forest floor. The once peaceful woods now seemed dark and menacing. Nightfall brought a sharp drop in temperature. Mark shivered in the cold, his thin jacket offering little protection. He had only brought snacks, not enough for a whole meal. Hunger gnawed at his stomach. He tried to remember what he had seen on survival shows. He found a small, cave-like formation under a rocky outcrop. It wasn't much, but it provided some shelter from the elements. He huddled inside, feeling utterly alone and terrified. Sleep came in short, fitful bursts, haunted by nightmares of being lost forever. The next morning, Mark knew he had to find food and water. He remembered seeing berries on his hike and set out to find them, hoping they were edible. He ate slowly, unsure if they were safe, but desperate for sustenance. Finding water was a bigger challenge. He followed the sound of a distant bird call, hoping it would lead him to a stream. His instincts proved right. He found a small creek and drank deeply, feeling his body regain some strength. One evening, Mark heard rustling in the bushes. A pair of glowing eyes stared at him through the darkness. It was a coyote, its sharp teeth bared in a snarl. Mark froze, his heart racing. He remembered reading that direct eye contact could be perceived as a threat. Slowly, he backed away, keeping his eyes downcast, and the coyote eventually disappeared into the undergrowth. For 7 long days and nights, Mark struggled to survive. He ate berries and insects, drank from the creek, and took shelter in his small cave. He even managed to start a fire by rubbing 2 sticks together. He kept hoping for a miracle. On the 7th day, he heard the distant whirring of a helicopter. He scrambled to his feet and ran towards the sound, waving his arms and yelling at the top of his lungs. The helicopter circled overhead and then slowly landed in a clearing nearby. Tears welled up in Mark's eyes as the rescue team reached him. He was safe. He had never been so happy to see another human being in his life. As they led him towards the helicopter, he took one last look at the wilderness that had tested him to his core. He had faced his fears, endured unimaginable hardship, and emerged from the experience forever changed. He had been lost, but now he was found.